What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. It's been a very long time since I've uploaded a iMac related video, so I figured it's probably time. So just gonna quickly showcase this here, because I feel like not many people get to see each color hand in hand with their tray load, slot load, whatever equivalent. So here is a tray load tangerine. And the slot load, same thing with the blueberry. Blueberry, you can tell that that's not a Bondi blue because it's a little bit brighter of a color. There's the lime, strawberry, and grape. Now, if you've watched me for a while, you know that I really don't like slot load machines. Or sorry. I really don't like tray load machines. To me, they just look worse. They're much more annoying to work on. From what I've found, they die a lot more often. For example, this thing just exploded when I was just sitting. I don't know. They just do that. But again, they're also, you know, nearly 30 years old now. So, I mean, it's kind of expected. Anyway, I literally have every single iMac G3 color and variation. Because there are all of the... you know, the 5 flavors, and each, you know, form. So I have the 5 in tray load, I have the 5 in slot load. Sage, snow. I have one blue Dalmatian there. We come over here. I have another blueberry right there. This blueberry, actually, I made a video on. This is my machine that, when I actually go to use one of these, it's this one. It's a 700 megahertz. It's got max RAM. I think it's got a 120 gig drive and a DVD drive. It's like the best iMac G3 you could use, pretty much. But yes, so there I have another blueberry right there, and then right here I have a ruby. And then obviously you can see the clamshell right there. I have the 2 clamshells right there. I also have every clamshell color and also variation. Not that there's a lot, but there's the 2 different graphites. There was the more translucent one that kind of looked like this, and then the one that looked like this. And I have both of those. The one that looks like, you know, I can't actually remember. One of them's boxed. I don't remember which. Anyway, so yes, I have, again, a bunch of clamshells. I think I already pointed that out. Open up here. What do we got back here? Okay, so the boxed variation of the clamshell that I have 2 actually. I have a boxed blueberry and a boxed graphite. And this is the more translucent one. The boxed one is the non-translucent one. Again, this I've had since I think 2018. I've had it for a long time. It was the first rare one that I got. I got a Flower Power I think in 2019, but I ended up selling that one because I picked up this Flower Power, which is boxed, and I'm like, I don't need both. But then I ended up just getting another one of these because I came up cheap, and I'm like, well, might as well buy it. So let's see. Yeah, so I got boxed Bondi blue right there. Below it, boxed graphite. Below that, what is this? Boxed lime. Yeah, okay, so below that I have a boxed indigo. And that's the only indigo I have, which is hilarious to me because at one point I had like 20 indigos, and now I have 1. The first iMac G3 that I ever bought, I ended up selling because somebody wanted a kind of a reliable machine that was also, like, that thing was spec'd out. Like, it was a 450 DV+, but it had, again, like 1 gigabyte of RAM. It had an airport card. It had 120 gig drive. DVD drive worked mint. Like, I'd rebuilt that. I don't know if I put speakers in it, but point being, it was a good machine. And they were just looking for something to use. So I was like, all right, you know what? I don't really use any of these. And like I said, when I do use one, it's that one. So I'm like, I don't need it. So I sold it to them. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy to think about. Like, you know, I started doing this in, I don't remember if it was 2017 or 2018, but nearly 10 years ago. And in that time span, I was able to, you know, enjoy what I was doing, pick up every color and every variation. Now, this is kind of the problem. So I used to buy these and fix them. Well, I would do that so that I could then sell them to then buy more of the colors that I needed. Well, I have all the colors that I need. I do not need to buy any more of these. And I have pretty much no intention of buying any more. The only reason I might buy some, again, is if it's a rare color, like a strawberry, or, and, you know, before you say, oh, strawberry, not rare color, this was the hardest one for me to find. I found duplicates of Flower Power, a Blue Dalmatian, even Sage. I have only found one of these ever. Slot Load, strawberry. Very hard to find. These are the hardest ones. Don't care what anybody else says. Like, I have every color. I don't need anything else. I don't need to buy any more. I have every clamshell color. I have, you know, I don't really have any intentions of collecting Power Macs anymore. You know, I used to. They just weren't that interesting to me. I have every iMac G3 keyboard color and mouse color. I don't really need to buy anything else. So, and of course, all the machines that I have now are in good shape. Like, over the years when I bought and sold them, all the ones that were in worse shape, I got rid of. So, like, you know, let's say I had a grape. Let's say, for example, a grape. And I had a grape already, and the CRT support is broken, and it's kind of crap. And then I get a nicer one. Well, I sell the crap one, keep this one. So that's kind of what happened, is I have pretty much the nicest non-broken CRT support slot loads. The CRT supports don't break on the tray loads. All these are in good shape. They all work. All the CRTs work. The only one that doesn't, it's not in perfect shape, is this Sage. It's got a crack in it right there. It's damage in shipping. This is another one that's hard to find, though, so I'm not too worried about replacing that. But if I find one, then maybe I'll do that. Same thing, like all the snows that I have are in good shape. The Ruby, I just sold one to Kyle. I don't want to dox him, but anyways, he came and visited me from New York, and he picked up a Ruby of mine. I had 2 Rubies. But again, like, I've probably had like 4 or 5 Rubies, maybe more. Like, it's a hard color, but it's not that hard. So, and again, I already have one. I don't need multiple of the same thing, because 1, I don't use them. 2, it just takes up a lot of space. So the clamshells, I don't mind having a whole bunch of duplicates, because 1, they're way easier to ship, if I decided that I wanted to do that. They take up way less space. You know, that's kind of my logic there. So, I don't know, but I just wanted to give a good channel update. I don't know if there's anything anybody wants to see specifically. I know I've been uploading a lot of car stuff. It takes up more of my time now. Like, with these, again, I've been doing this for 8 years, 9 years, something like that. I don't want to say I'm done with them, because I'm not, but I definitely spend a lot less time than I used to, because I don't want to say I moved on, but I have almost a little bit. I have zero intention of selling any of these, and I do plan on making more videos, but I just don't know what on. Like, I don't know what anybody would want to see. Because me personally, I have nothing to do to these computers. They work. They're fine. I use that Blueberry one occasionally, but again, the last time I used that was probably 6 to 8 months ago. So I don't know. Like, at this point, the whole goal of me doing this was just to have every color so I could look at them. That is always what I wanted, and I have that. So that's kind of where I'm at. If you remember, again, a few videos ago, well, it was nearly, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? I don't even know when it was. 2024? What year is that? It must have been 2024. I bought the 80 iMacs. Well, the only ones that I've kept from that are these. I've sold all the other ones. Nothing left. I parted out a bunch of machines, got a bunch of parts. But then again, when I've sold some of those machines, people were asking me for parts. So I ended up getting rid of some of the parts that I collected. Like, I got a few motherboards left in there. I got some here. I got a bunch of RAM, some hard drives. But a lot of those computers had bad RAM, and a lot of them had bad hard drives. So I parted out a lot of machines, but I ended up using a lot of those machines to fix the other ones. So it all just kind of evened out, and I ended up just coming ahead money-wise. Which allowed me to, you know, buy some of the other stuff that I needed. Like, when I bought all those computers, it didn't come with the keyboards, no matching keyboards. Well, trying to find the keyboards and mice for the machines that I needed, it's actually relatively expensive. I probably spent like $400 to $500 on keyboards and mice, which again is fine. I'm fine with that, because again, the end goal was to always have. I never intended to buy the 5 matching trays because I just don't like them. My plan was to have the one tray Bondi Blue and keep the rest slot, like, you know, the 5 flavor slot, and then obviously Indigo, Graphite, Snow, Sage, Ruby, Blue Dalmatian, Flower Power. I think that's it. That was always the goal. But then when I actually had access to get the 5 tray machines, I was like, okay, well, I have them, I might as well keep them, because then literally I have every iMac G3 color, every variation. And you could go, oh, well, you know, you get the 700 megahertz, the 2001, the iMac G3, you don't got that. Well, whatever, I don't care. I mean, I have every variation of the color. I have, again, like, I have every tray, every slot. For the iBooks, I have the 2 different versions of them. Pretty much it. So, yeah, that's my update for now. I honestly probably will make a video comparing, like, a video for each of these. Like, here's my 2, like, here's the comparisons between those 2 and these 2 and these 2 and these 2 and these 2. And then again, I also need to, I do have 2 boxed iMac videos that I can make, which would be the Lime and the Flower Power, because I never did that. This thing I bought, I don't even know when, a while ago. And that thing I bought this past summer. I don't even think I ever tried it. I'm pretty sure I just bought it and put it in there. And it was pretty cheap. It was like $200 or something. And that guy had a, what did he have? He had something else that I kind of wanted to buy. It was a boxed titanium PowerBook. But he, for whatever reason, was afraid of e-transfer. And I only had cash to buy the iMac. And so, and it was like 2-hour drive. I'm like, man, I'm not driving back here to friggin', anyways. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you guys got any suggestions, just let me know and maybe I'll make one. Thanks.